for exercise 5, we are asked to compute for the total labor variance and to break it down into its two components, namely the labor rate variance and labor efficiency variance. So let's now do let's now proceed with satisfying the requirements of the problem. So to compute for the um, total labor variance, we have to get the amount of the actual labor and the standard labor allowed for the actual output. So let's compute first for the standard labor cost for the actual output. So we start with the standard labor rate per hour, which is 950. Then we will multiply this by the standard labor hour per unit, which is 0.20 per hour. Then multiply it further by the number of units produced, so 6,000. So that will give you the standard labor cost for the actual output amounting to 11,400. Compare it to the actual labor cost, 11,500. That amount is already given. So that will give you a labor variance amounting to 100 pesos, unfavorable variance, because the actual labor, 11,500, exceeds the standard by 11,400. So, para bang mas magastos ka or mas malaki kaysa sa standard yung iyong ginastos. We now break this down into its two components. So, let's start with the labor rate variance, which we shall compute by getting the difference between the actual rate and standard rate and multiply that difference by the actual hours. So, this is somewhat straightforward because all the amounts are already given. So, according to the problem, we paid 10 pesos per hour to the laborer. So, that's the actual rate. The standard is 950. No? That amount is also given. So, you get the difference between 10 pesos and 9 pesos and 50 centavos and multiply that by the actual hours worked, which is 1,150. So that will give you a labor rate variance of 575 pesos unfavorable. We now proceed to computing the labor efficiency variance. So the formula is actual hours less standard hours times standard rate. So we now get the amounts that will be substituted to this formula. So we start with the number of units produced, that's 6,000, and multiply it by the standard labor hours per unit, which is 0.20. So that will give you the standard labor hours allowed for actual output, 1,200 hours. And we compare that 1,200 to the actual hours work, 1,150. So there's a difference of 50 hours. And we will multiply that by the standard rate per hour, 9 pesos and 50 centavos. So that will give you labor efficiency variance of 575,000 favorable. Favorable po siya kasi ang ginamit mo lang na hours ay 1,150. Mas mababa kaysa dun sa standard or expectation na 1,200. So, mas mabilis ka. Kaya ang variance is favorable. So we combine now the two variances that we just computed, and that will give you the total labor variance of 100 pesos, which is again consistent dun sa una nating solution kanina. Let us return to that. Ayan siya. Okay? So kanina, pinag-compare natin yung standard hours or standard labor cost for actual output versus the actual labor cost. No? So, yun yung total labor variance na 100. At agree po siya dun sa pinag-combine na labor rate variance at labor efficiency variance as shown there. Now, we proceed with the journal entry. So, how do we account for the variances, no, if we are journalizing the transaction? So you will debit the work in process at standard, no? So ayon nga sa ating problem, 0.20 hours ang standard times 6,000 na actual output times 9 pesos and 50 centavos na standard rate per hour. So, yun yung ide-debit mo sa work in process. The unfavorable labor rate variance will be part of the debit. Kaya nga minsan ang tawag sa unfavorable variance ay debit variance. You credit factory payroll at the actual amount paid or the actual cost of labor. So, 11,500 given dan yan. And the favorable efficiency variance will be part of the credit side. Kaya nga minsan ang tawag sa favorable variances ay credit variances. So there you have it, your journal entry for the placing of direct labor in the work in process.